Ladies and gentlemen, we are live right here on YouTube. We are the Real Sports Podcast. Me and that man right there. Right there. Real Sports Podcast, man. And we about to bring some pro wrestling talk right here, ladies and gentlemen, on Talk to 'em Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, man, we thank you so much for being here today. Before I get the show started, it's something I want to do since it's wrestling, man. Since it's wrestling show today, I want to do something, man. It's for you, Road Diggity Dog. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Real Sports Podcast presents to you one of the hottest sports podcasts of the world. I'm the host. That's Mr. VP. And we are the Sports Podcast.
Yes, sir.
And if you like us and you down with us, we got 2 words for you. Thumbs up. See, I didn't even rehearse that with Mark. I didn't even great minds think alike, baby.
We on that same wavelength. We're like Devon and Bubba Ray out here, you know.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm trying to tell you. PCW.
Yes, sir.
Philly G. He is the CEO. Mr. CEO, Philly G's in the building. Oh, Smiley. I didn't know you know wrestling, but you in here.
What's going on, man?
Bro. Thank you for the support. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that.
Hey, somebody tell the people down in PCW we need to get Lee Turner on the show. You know what I'm saying?
Lee Turner.
Or the Thug or somebody, yo. Like, come on, man. T-Mac, Heather Diamond. Like, can we get some celebrity on the show? Like, you friends with us, bro? Like, bring them on, man.
Oh boy. I like to see that. Invasion.
Right.
Hey, we got Invasion up in here. Appreciate Philly G, man, and Smiley in the live chat, man. Smiley. We might have to work something out here, Smiley. You been in that live chat a little regular there, bro. We might have to work something out, get you on, man.
You're a live dog now.
yeah, you're a live dog officially now. You heard the VP say you're a live dog now. But thank you guys for being here on this Wednesday night, wherever in the world you may be. Please do us a big favor and hit that thumbs up and that subscribe button. Turn on that bell for all notifications and join our group on Facebook, the Sports Group. All right, man. We're gonna bring you 1 hour of pro wrestling talk tonight. We're not gonna hold you up tonight. We're gonna bring you 1 hour of pro wrestling talk. Today. Well, y'all know who this is. I don't even need an intro, man. Y'all know who it is. It's Mr. VP in the building. Mr. VP.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Rob. Man.
Damn.
Oh, look at Smiley. Smiley said the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. The excellence of execution. Check out Smiley, man. Let's go,
man, one
Smiley.
of the workhorses, yo.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's one of my favorites right there, man. Bret Hart, man.
You gotta love him,
bro. Love Bret Hart, bro. Love Bret Hart, man. But today, we want to talk about one of the best big men ever in professional wrestling. A true pioneer in the game. He is master of the jackknife powerbomb. Many of you know him as Oz or Vinny Vegas, or simply Big Daddy Cool Diesel. He's a WWE Hall of Famer is Mr. Kevin Nash.
Yes, sir.
We're going to talk about Mr. Big Muscle, Mr. Kevin Nash today. Kevin Nash, a pioneer in the pro wrestling business here. So I'm going to turn it over to Mr. VP, man, because he got a big what if. It's going to make you sports fans really, really scratch your head on that, man. Take it away, young Mark.
Yes, sir. So for those of y'all out there who don't know, Kevin Nash is literally a legend in the wrestling business. And I call him a legend for multiple reasons. Before y'all be like, Kevin Nash, why are we talking about Kevin Nash? Well, think about many of your favorite things about the world of pro wrestling, right? Whether that's the Attitude Era, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Undertaker, WCW, NWO, whatever it is that you like about wrestling in the mid to late 90s and the early 2000s, remember all that and imagine if it didn't happen. Seriously, everything that we've come to know and love about the Attitude Era and the Monday Night Wars and all that almost didn't happen, and it's thanks to Kevin Nash. Here's what I mean by that. We're going to break it down. As you all know, Kevin Nash was under contract with the WWE. His contract expired, and he chose to go sign with WCW. That one decision is literally the epicenter of everything in pro wrestling as we know it today. So there are three big things that happen in the world of pro wrestling that we're going to examine here tonight that happened thanks to Kevin Nash's decision. The first one of those things that were affected by it that we're going to talk about is the rise of the Texas Rattlesnake, just about everybody's favorite wrestler, Stone Cold Steve Austin. The reason I mention Stone Cold is when Kevin Nash chose to leave, as some of y'all know, he, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, X-Pac, and Scott Hall, may Scott Hall rest in peace, were all buddies backstage in what was known as the Clique. On Nash and Hall's last night in the WWE in Madison Square Garden, they had the curtain call incident where they broke kayfabe and the bad guys and the good guys hugged in the ring. So when that happened, Nash, Hall, and X-Pac all went to WCW. Shawn Michaels was the champion. He couldn't be punished. So who got punished for it? Triple H. Mm-hmm. Triple H was supposed to go on to win the King of the Ring tournament that year, but as a part of his punishment, he lost the right to do so. So who did Vince turn to? He turned to Stone Cold, and the rest is history, as they say. So the first big what if we're going to talk about tonight is if Kevin Nash stays in WWE, do we ever see the rise of Austin 316?
Ooh-wee.
What do you think, Coach?
Spotty says Shawn Michaels was champ when Nash left the WWE. Look at Smiley.
Yeah.
Get him, Smiley, man.
Smiley knows stuff.
Word. Get him, Smiley, man. Stone Cold 316, baby. That's very true. Yeah, man. Mark, you're right, bro. If Kevin Nash, man, if Kevin Nash would have never really basically stood up for himself, man, we would have never had Stone Cold Steve Austin. That curtain call. I mean, it's kind of like a blessing in disguise. I mean, he broke kayfabe, and a lot of people backstage was pissed, that it happened. But I mean, it's one great thing about it is now wrestlers is starting to get guaranteed money now. With that being said, that's why I say Kevin Nash is a pioneer. Some people are like, what pioneer? But yeah, just like Mark said, if he didn't do that, man, we would have never had Stone Cold Steve Austin, like Stone Cold. We probably had Chili McFreeze.
We would have never had that promo Austin 316 when it been the thing.
Facts. And you know what, Mark? We would have never had Austin versus McMahon, which is the greatest story. I would say the greatest rival in professional wrestling history. And that's why I always say Vince McMahon is the greatest heel ever, because he had us tuned in every week to see how he was going to try to get Stone Cold and how and we as Stone Cold fans was gonna see, like, well, Stone Cold gonna get out of another one. So, and it had us tuned in. But man, Kevin Nash, oh my God, with that curtain call, that was something. And then you say he jumped ship to WCW, right?
Yeah, so when he decided to leave to go to WCW, of course, as they say, Ted Turner was offering guaranteed contracts. It was a lot more money for a lot less dates than what Vince was offering. And Vince felt like, well, if I give you this kind of contract, I'm gonna have to give it to everybody, and I just can't do that right now. So he had to let him go.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's just crazy to think that, like, if Nash would have stayed, directly we probably wouldn't have gotten Stone Cold. Triple H would have probably still won King of the Ring that year.
Mm-hmm.
And then honestly, if you don't have Stone Cold, do you really have an attitude era? That's another question you gotta ask.
Holy smoke.
Because Stone Cold was literally, like, if you want to be honest, the first like sign that like the attitude era type program could work in the WWE because
actually it was the Montreal Screwjob.
The Screwjob was after all of this.
97. That was Survivor Series.
The Screwjob was Survivor Series in 97. Curtain call and all this was 96.
96, exactly. So none of that would have probably never happened.
That's what I'm
saying. None of that, bro. That is crazy. Just to think about that.
This is just the tip of the iceberg, ladies and gentlemen. This iceberg goes way deeper than that.
Way deeper. Yes, good. The Heartbreak Kid, baby. That's my favorite, man.
Facts.
Mr. WrestleMania, the showstopper, the headliner, the main event.
So yeah, part one, we would have never gotten Stone Cold. Here's probably number two, and this is probably something that I really can't imagine personally what wrestling would be like without it. But if Kevin Nash doesn't go to WCW, we don't get the NWO. We don't get the Monday Night Wars with WCW, possibly, because without the NWO, I don't think WCW would have climbed the ranks as much as they did. So that's part two. Can you imagine wrestling history without the Monday Night Wars and without WCW?
Yeah. Like, and you know what? When us Mark, it's like jump rope. Just jumping in. Bro. And fans out there, if Nash wouldn't have done that, man, we would have had some of the shittiest gimmicks still. But Vince transitioned over to the Attitude Era to get more edgier over WCW. But if Nash and Hall would have never jumped, then we would have probably had the same old plumber gimmicks, a clown, a tax preparer,
a dentist.
A dentist. We would have probably still been in that type of era, which is the 1995, which was called the New Generation, which sucked.
Yeah,
it sucked.
Yeah,
because the gimmicks was just terrible. Jesus Christ! Thank God for taking Taker and Bret Hart. They held it down. Yeah, a barber too. That's right. Philly G. Yeah, a barber. Holy
you said
smoke.
Undertaker. Save that thought. We're gonna get to Undertaker in a minute. But
okay.
It's really just almost unfathomable because, like you said, we would have been stuck in like that Saturday morning cartoon era. And I'm just thinking about all the different superstars. Like, I highly doubt we would have gotten to see the Game or the Heartbreak Kid or DX or even somebody like Kane. I don't even think we would have gotten somebody like Kane if we didn't have the freedom that the Attitude Era brought us, APA, the New Age Outlaws.
Facts, Smiley. What was it, Warzone?
No Mercy.
No Mercy. No Mercy.
Yeah.
Yeah, No Mercy was
No
good.
Mercy is what everybody considers the GOAT.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You might not have even had that, really, because I personally think, on a personal note, had the Monday Night Wars not happened, I don't know if pro wrestling would have survived in America as long as it has, or even definitely wouldn't have gotten to the popularity that it got to in the Attitude Era for sure, which led like all the video games and all that kind of stuff. But
it is so insane that that one person, Kevin Nash, who is really Jesus, look at Smiley, man. We had X-Pac. He was 1-2-3 Kid.
Yep.
Boom. X-Pac is the first guy and probably the only guy ever to be NWO and D-Generation X. That's insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he'd have never done that if it weren't for Nash.
Yeah.
Kevin Nash, not to jump over Mark, but Kevin Nash went to WCW, him and Hall, and they was the Outsiders. And boy, I remember they made their debut, and everybody was like, even I was like, man, the WWF is going to take over WCW, bro. I'm like, whoa, they coming. It's going to be WWF versus WCW. Like, I'm glued to the TV, but it never got that way. It shout out to Eric Bischoff for letting it happen. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Eric Bischoff, he was a mastermind behind that thing. That was a oil machine, bro, from the get-go.
Yeah. I think if you take the NWO out of WCW, you still would have had guys like Sting and Ric Flair and those guys, but I don't know if Sting could have done the whole a face paint surfer gimmick the entire.
We never would have had Crow Sting, bro. We would have never had Crow Sting because Scott Hall.
Yeah, and then possibly what does that do for the careers of people like Big Show, who got his big break being a part of the NWO. Yeah. Or just that cultural phenomenon and how they took over. Yeah. They literally changed the dynamic of heel and face in wrestling because they were heels, but they were too cool for you not to cheer.
Yes, absolutely, bro. They started tweeners. They was tweeners. Yeah. And another thing with Kevin Nash, we would have never seen Mabel, King Mabel. Remember? Well, that's probably a little bit before your time, but King Mabel. What happened was King Mabel hurt on a shoot. He hurted Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash got hurt. Vince seen it, and Vince was going to fire him on the spot, but Kevin Nash came and said, "No, don't fire him. Just give him another chance or whatever." He saved jobs. He got guaranteed money for people. Man, Kevin Nash is just a stand-up guy, dude. He's a stand-up guy. And he stood by Scott Hall the whole entire time, bro. When Scott Hall was going through, God bless his soul, Scott Hall was going through his demons and stuff, and Kevin Nash stood right there with him as well. And I believe Triple H did too. Wow. Just wild, Kevin Nash. Just talking about it is like Kevin Nash really affected professional wrestling.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to talk about this tonight, because you really don't realize until you actually sit down and think about it. Like a lot of the stuff that we cherish and take for granted with wrestling have Kevin Nash's fingerprints all over it. We talked about the WCW impact of him going over there. Well, let's turn on the flip side and look at the WWE perspective. Had he have stayed, do you think we would have still got DX?
No.
You don't think the clip would have took over TV too?
Yeah. I think we probably would have got DX, but not as edgy as they were. Bret Hart came up with D-Generation X. He called it, he was calling it.
He was the one that coined the name,
Yeah.
Shout out to Bret Hart.
Yeah, I know, right? But I don't think they will be like edgy like how they were. The NWO calls that. For the Outsiders. You do remember when they threw the WCW Television Championship in the trash? They had Medusa put the the World Wrestling Federation Women's title in the trash. Like, controversy calls cash. Yeah, Eric Bischoff. I can talk all day about this. It's amazing. It's amazing, bro.
And I think, to even take it outside of the wrestling world for a little bit here, if Nash doesn't leave, right, and we don't get the Attitude Era, we're still in the new generation, like Saturday morning cartoon era. Come to think about it, one person whose life would seriously like I can't even think where they would be without the Attitude Era. Is The Rock? Does The Rock like without the Attitude Era, he doesn't catch on, and he don't catch on in wrestling?
Yeah.
Does his acting career take off? Does he own
Yeah.
XFL?
Right. Rocky Maivia sucked.
Yeah. The crowd did not like him.
No, I didn't like him. I didn't.
So it wasn't until he got his attitude that things changed for him. But had he not had that avenue to do so, what would his life be like right now? You know?
It's crazy how the WCW actually, I would say, helped bury themselves by giving WWF at the time the greatest era of professional wrestling, which was the Attitude Era. And man, when that started, like, I think just Vince but WCW at one time was 84 weeks in a row. They was winning 84 weeks in a row.
It's either 83, 84, 87. I think it's 84.
84. Yeah, because
Bischoff's podcast is titled.
There you go. I was gonna say, Mark, we'll have a ruthless aggression era after that.
Yeah, that was gonna be another point, Philly G, and I'm glad you mentioned that. Like without the Attitude Era effectively causing the Monday Night Wars, and then WWE absorbing that big old roster from WCW, would you have had the brand split? You know, would you even had a need for the ruthless aggression era? Because that was all centered around brand warfare at first. Does any of that stuff happen without the impact that Kevin Nash had on wrestling? You know. But we've gotten Cena and Orton and all the others.
Check out what Smiley said, bro. Hulk Hogan became Hollywood Hogan, and seeing our heroes become bad guys. WWF stole that idea and did Degeneration X. WWF was losing. That's very true.
Yeah, that is.
And at the time, Shawn Michaels was the World Wrestling Federation champion, and he transitioned from the New Generation era when he was in the New Generation. That's when Hall and Nash left, which is 96. And that's when Michaels went at it with Vader. And
yeah,
that sucked.
That was when he lost his smile.
Yeah, exactly. And it sucked. And Taker then became the champ. And then after that, Bret Hart got the belt back. So it was just like, it was, flip-flop with the belt. We wouldn't have Cena. True.
Yeah. It's a good possibility. Here's one for you. Since you mentioned Taker a couple of times. Here's something for you. Smiley, Philly G, host. Can you guys imagine wrestling history, but specifically WrestleMania, without the Undertaker's undefeated streak? Can you imagine what that would be like?
Holy smoke! Wow. Wow. And Big Daddy Cool was one of the victims of Taker's streak. Right,
and that's why I mentioned that, because rumor has it, originally Vince had planned for Kevin Nash to be the one to go over Undertaker at Mania 13. That was the original plan. But when word got out that Kevin Nash had put in his 2 weeks notice and was leaving the company, Vince changed it to where Undertaker went over at Mania 13. So in all actuality, if Kevin Nash wouldn't have left to go to WCW, the streak would have been over before it even started.
Yep.
We would have had 20-0.
Word. So Vince and his, I say, genius mind at the time, he had to make an adjustment. Start the streak, first of all. And that whole WrestleMania 13 theme was around The Undertaker.
Yep.
Who beat Psycho Sid for the World Wrestling Federation title. Hey, that was genius, bro. That was genius on Vince. Vince had good shit back then, man. He really did. Not gimmick-wise, but his booking was great.
I still think Undertaker would have been Undertaker without the streak. But that mystique, and like literally you could count on Every year at WrestleMania, if there were no good matches, you could count on Undertaker and his streak match being the one that could steal the show.
Oh God, yeah.
Like for a young man like me, like I'm thinking like Mania 21 with Randy Orton, 23 with Batista.
Great.
Hell, we would. Can you imagine, like seriously, how lost we would be if we didn't have Shawn Michaels and Undertaker for Mania 25 and 26?
Greatest match ever. Oh my God. Oh my God, yo. Oh my God, you couldn't imagine. Let me ask you this, Mark. Kevin Nash, pioneer, WWE Hall of Famer.
Rightfully so.
Undertaker's mirror match. Oh yeah, SummerSlam '94. Undertaker versus Undertaker. Leslie Nielsen.
Oh yeah, with Ted DiBiase and his fake taker.
It sucked, but it was cool.
It wasn't as bad as Kane versus Luke Gallows. Luke Gallows is dressed as Kane.
That was the guy on this. Oh God, please don't take me back there. That was so garbage. Taker versus Taker was garbage, but again, it was attractive. It had a gimmick. They had Leslie Nielsen at the time, who was one of the hottest stars in Hollywood with the Naked Gun movie. That was smart events. Just genius. But I do remember that, Smiley. Yeah, I remember that. That was the return of The Undertaker because all the heels beat him up and he lost to Yokozuna in the casket match at the Royal Rumble that year. Let me stop talking, boy, because I can go. But Mark, I want to ask you, man, what Kevin Nash, Hall of Famer, one of the greatest big men ever, right? What is your favorite Kevin Nash match? Because he only had 6 moves. He called them 6 moves of doom. So what is your favorite Kevin Nash match?
I can go any time period.
Yeah.
Jeez. That's honestly tough because he around the time that I started watching wrestling, he was mainly wrestling in TNA. Oh, so like a lot of the matches of his that I've seen were him in the Main Event Mafia in TNA.
Now how about Big Boss Man versus Nails? Oh damn! Go way back, yo.
Yo, Nails are suing them.
Nails suck though.
Golly, that's a good question. If I'm going WWE, definitely his Mania match with Taker, because it was revolutionary at the time to see 2 big men be able to move in the ring like that and show off that kind of athleticism.
That was I agree with that. That was a good. The story to get there was great.
Yeah,
the story when he pulled him down in the ring in the cage match against Brett, he pulled him down in the ring. That was great. In the coffin, seeing the image of like a dummy Diesel laying in the coffin and Diesel looking at it, and Diesel, by him being a big man, he wasn't shook. That's why they called him Big Daddy Cool, because he wasn't shook. Great storyline. I'm gonna say with Diesel as Big Daddy Cool, I think it's a tie for me. When he went against Brett at In Your House, I can't remember what number it was, but that man, him and Brett for the title, that was good. That was when they were in.
Oh, never mind. I know what you're talking about.
It was him and Brett for the belt. That was Brett could make anybody look good, but he made Kevin Nash look great. That was a good match, but to me, my very best one was him and Shawn, good friends, better enemies.
Yep.
Holy smoke, almighty! Holy smoke! I was a kid, bro. I think that's when the time when false finishes was like you see him every now and then on pay-per-view, like, and it was a lot of them in that match.
They run rampant nowadays, but we ain't gonna talk about it.
Yeah, they OD on it now, bro. But, yeah, bro. Yeah. No question.
Do you remember when Nash was in the Elimination Chamber?
Oh, you talking about when he dyed his beard? Yeah.
When he got his haircut.
Yeah, that's true. I remember he beat the brakes off Triple H, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he beat the brakes off Triple H. And then but Triple H, of course, he had the sledgehammer. He was using that sledgehammer, that trusty sledgehammer a lot back then when he was a dastardly heel. Shout out to Triple H. Shout out to Triple H real quick, man. Good Lord. And what the turnaround he's doing for the WWE, man. Holy smoke. I couldn't have anybody more better to run that show than Triple H, because I mean, very, very smart man. He knows the concept of wrestling. He's hip to what fans is like. And he had NXT. Bro, I was glued to NXT, bro. And it was 1 hour, bro. And I was, man, when Aleister Black was there and Ricochet, Velveteen Dream,
Undisputed Era,
Adam Cole, baby, Tommaso. I mean, man, Triple H, and he had it cool. It was a rock and roll type thing. William Regal was the GM. Yeah, but William Regal, you never hardly see him. And when he make his announcement, he was always in the. Let me stop talking. Go ahead, Mark.
But that's, I mean, but you mentioned it, and it's also crazy to think about. You know, if Nash would have stayed with Triple H's career, it had become what it became. You know, both in the ring and outside of the ring. Do you have all the classic, iconic moments that you've had with him? What would wrestling be like today? You know, with Triple H in charge of WWE now. What would we have if he doesn't rise to power? Who'd be running the show? Will Vince still be here? Right. Will we still have Austin Theory with Money in the Bank? Who knows?
Right. Word. Check out this question Philly G got, bro. For you. This for you, because not for me. Will we still have AEW?
Yeah. I still think so.
I think so too.
Just given the foundation of AEW, with the exception of Cody Rhodes, a lot of those guys, like independent scene stars, never stepped foot in WWE. So independent of Vince and, you know, everything that went on there, I still think AEW would have happened, just because those guys would have still met up in Japan, still been tearing it up in Ring of Honor and all that good stuff. So yeah, that probably still would happen.
Very, 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 very true.
Very true. I think one promotion that would have been affected by all of this would have been TNA. I don't know if we would have ever gotten TNA without Nash and WCW. Because I don't know if because after Jeff stood up Vince for all that money and went back to WCW until WCW closed, Jeff probably would have had to kiss up to Vince a little bit more because he would have had nowhere else to go. And I don't know if he would have had the gusto to get up and make TNA happen. So without TNA, you already know what that's going to take away from. So,
right. What if Cody and all of them that were cut didn't get cut? If Cody would have got cut, Cody would have. I think that was a
Cody didn't get cut.
Cody
actually was released.
Exactly. And if he didn't get released, that was great for him, because Cody stood up for himself. No more, Stardust. That was good for him because he grew. He went to the Indies. He went to New Japan and became massive. I think that's what I'm saying. Like when and it goes, the principality about it is when you stand up for yourself, man, and kind of like, do for yourself and stand up to yourself, for yourself and against the, rage against the machine, no pun intended. It works out for you. Cody Rhodes, man, look at Cody Rhodes. Like, he stood up for himself. He was sick of that gimmick, which was garbage. And he went independent. He left. He went independent. He was NWA champ.
Yeah.
He was was it IWGP Intercontinental or something like that? But I know he went over to New Japan and became he got with the Bullet Club. At the time was led by Kenny Omega.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! Like that. I think that was good for Cody Rhodes, and he grew up, and now he went to AEW, and started that and became a pioneer of that. Now he's back. Now
Yeah.
he's set for a world title now.
Yeah, and Kevin Nash laid out the blueprint
Yes,
of
sir.
gambling on yourself and
Yes, sir.
feeling confident in yourself and your abilities and what you can do.
Yeah.
He paved the way for that, and
Yeah.
he gotta get a tip of the cap to him for that.
Whoa!
Oh my lord!
I remember that. Remember dashing Cody Rhodes?
Yeah, I remember when he went heel, and I had that match with Mysterio at Mania. That was like one of only
Yeah, you
two
could
good
hit him in the
matches from
face.
that Mania.
You
Yeah,
could have punched him in the face. I like that gimmick. Cody Rhodes did good in that gimmick. I actually didn't like the Stardust gimmick either, and I would love to see. Love to see
Gorillas of Destiny.
who's that?
Yeah, they're free. They Gorillas of Destiny. They're a tag team from New Japan. They day one Bullet Club.
Okay.
They just recently got kicked out of Bullet Club and are free agents. I last saw them.
Damn.
I last saw them in TNA. I'm not sure what they're up to now, but yeah, Gorillas of Destiny would definitely be pretty dope.
Bullet Club is
It's,
dead. It's dead. It's dead, bro. I watched New Japan last week. They doing like
they
little house shows. It
they still
sucks.
trying to hold on to it.
Yeah. It's dying. Like
Yeah.
Jay White is the IWGP Heavyweight Champ, and they did like this massive 10-man tag. Man, they had Amazing Red, Okada, John Moxley. Like it just had everybody in it, and that match sucked because you had so many. First of all, so many egos in there, and then it was just so many people. I don't like 10 man. It's just too much. The best one of the best eight man I ever seen was this was like 2009. It was D-Generation X, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, John Cena, Chris Jericho, I believe, and The Undertaker. And they went against Legacy, CM Punk, who was the heavyweight champion at the time, Randy Orton.
Was this during the Christmas episode of SmackDown? Because I think I remember what you're talking about.
I think it was. It was an 8-man tag.
Yeah, I remember seeing that match on
eight or
SmackDown.
10, one of them.
Yeah, that was a good match. Yeah, bro. The only thing is though, if you bring them over Philly G, where are they gonna fit into the tag team division in either one of those companies? You know,
good point, Mark.
Because both of them got the tag division a little bit crowded right now.
Yeah.
But then again, it would be kind of dope to see, and this is where I kind of wish Joe was still with WWE, to have a Noah family Samoan dynasty going up against another group of Samoan warriors from outside the family. That'd be pretty dope. But
would you like to see a Kevin Nash Undertaker one more time?
In today's day and age, hell no. God no.
My man, that's what I'm talking about. Because you know why? Let me tell you what ruined it. Goldberg versus Undertaker. Garbage, bro.
It's not
Old
even
man
that.
need the rest.
I just personally feel like certain people after a certain period of time should not be doing it no more. Like there was no reason why the Brothers of Destruction should be fighting DX in the 2010s.
No.
There's just no reason for it.
It's the Saudi
if you're somebody
money.
like
get that Saudi money.
If you're somebody like Chris Jericho, for example, who's like, even though he's up there in age, can still really go in the ring because he took care of his body over the years, I'm all for it. But somebody old like Taker and all them, nah, just go ahead and stay retired, bro. I love you, but just stay retired.
David Dodd.
What's going on, man?
David Dodd, man. Hey, thanks for coming to the show, man. Appreciate you, man. We talk wrestling, football, whatever you want, we got it. The WWE roster is totally rubbish compared to the roster back in the day. Very, very true, Mr. Dodd, sir. Very, very true.
I slightly disagree.
The roster.
I slightly disagree because the one area where today's roster would absolutely destroy any previous WWE roster is the women's division. The women's division now by a good light year is way better than anything it's ever been.
SmackDown women's division sucks.
Just women's wrestling in general, because think about it. You have multiple stars now. In the Ruthless Aggression era, you had Lita and Trish Stratus, and later on Beth Phoenix and Mickie James. Attitude era, who'd you really have? The new generation, who'd you really have?
Yeah, women's wrestling wasn't even hot like that. You're right. It was more, Sable and all that. Right. It was more diva. But that's the beauty of Triple H, who just revitalized women's wrestling, because he brought 2 women in that tore the goddamn house down and take over Brooklyn. Sasha Banks versus Bayley in NXT. Oh boy, goddamn! That was the cream of the crop when it comes to women's wrestling.
I'll say this though, as much credit as we want to give Triple H for women's wrestling, me personally, and as far as America goes, TNA really led the way with women's wrestling over a lot of the other major American promotions. Like Gail Kim, Awesome Kong, I could watch that rivalry all day long.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to give a tip of the cap to them, because I feel like they kind of get forgotten about when it comes to.
I had a serious crush on Gail Kim. I love Gail Kim.
Hey man, I don't want no smoke with Chef Robert. I'm good.
I know, man. He's still a big dude, man.
I don't want no smoke with him.
Yo. David Dodd, man. Hey, thanks for being in the live chat, Mr. David Dodd, man. We hope to see a lot more of you, man.
Here's a question for you, host.
Yes, sir.
Since David,
come on, give me some. What we got?
If you could take prime Kevin Nash and put him in any major wrestling promotion today, where do you think he would have the most success?
Right here in WWE. Right here in WWE, and I will put him in a feud and let him destroy Omos.
You just don't like Omos, yo.
No.
Oh man.
No.
Omos ain't did nothing to you, man.
Nash, the WWE needs big man. Nash is more of a great heel.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's a good heel, because Triple H, great heel in the Click. Triple H was a great heel. Nash is a great heel. Michaels was just heel. Yeah, he's just phenomenal. X-Pac was a good heel. So and Razor was a good heel. Hey, yo. But all of them was good heels, but Nash is a really, really good heel, and that's something that the WWE needs. I wish they would go and get is it William Morrissey now?
Morrissey, yeah. W. Morrissey, he's turned himself around. I'm honestly really happy for him to see his turnaround.
I wanted Enzo Amore and
Enzo ain't coming
Big
back.
Cass back. Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I know. I already know that.
You got a better chance of seeing Velveteen Dream than
exactly.
Than
oh God. But yeah, I wanted them back because the tag team is in division in the WWE sucks. It's only like 4 legits. Profits.
Yeah, now they don't got the profits, man. It's really hurting.
Yeah, without the profits, exactly. Got the Usos, New Day. We've seen that 1,000 times. Alpha Academy.
In defense, New Day and Usos will never not hit. That will never not be a good match, in my opinion.
Usos in New Day?
Yeah, they hit every time they get in the ring. Like just like every match I've seen them do, whether it was Hell in a Cell or just a regular tag match, it was always top of the line for me.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, always a 5-star match.
Oh yeah,
their promos is awesome. That's a lot of history. That's a lot of history. Yeah. In that, I think Kevin Nash though, because he has such a great mind for wrestling. He's Lee Turner.
Lee Turner would destroy Nash, yo.
Those of you know who Lee Turner is, that is if you go check out PCW Pro Championship Wrestling on YouTube, that is Philly G, and he is the CEO, chairman of the board over there. That's one of his characters on WWE 2K22.
Lee Turner, the best big man in the business.
Right. And if you want to play him, man, you sign up, man. Hey, man, just challenge Philly G. Say, hey, Philly G, you motherfucker, I want to play you. Just tell you that. Just say that. Just say that, man. And Philly G, man, he'll pick up the sticks for you, man. But that's who Lee Turner is. That would be good though. Lee Turner versus Nash. We might need to see that, Philly G. You might want to book that, Vince. You might want to go ahead and book that, bro. That'll be cool. Legends. Yeah, that'll be cool. Have an old Monday Night Raw Legends set or whatever. Had an RAW.
I remember when they I think it was SmackDown versus Raw 2011. It was either 11 or 12, where they had Kevin Nash come back and invade WWE and literally turn it back into WCW.
You talking about the CM Punk gig when he went him in the promo with CM Punk?
No, it was in the video game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I can't remember if it was 11 or 12, but in the Road to WrestleMania season mode, they had it where Nash came in and took over the company and was starting to call Raw Nitro and refer to it as WCW and all that, and you had to fight on behalf of the WWE to get it back. It was like a invasion storyline, but better.
I think, if Triple H wanted to, man, he can, hire Kevin Nash, because like I said, Kevin Nash has a great mind, man. Now his booking is a little bit iffy because he booked some of WCW's trash, but I think with Kevin Nash, and I think the Undertaker does this too. Work the big men.
If I'm hiring Undertaker for anything, me personally, if I had a wrestling company, I would put Undertaker in character development.
Yes.
Like, because if anybody can teach you how to develop a character, portray the character, and present the character, it's definitely Mark Calloway.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And if I need like an agent, give me Bret the Hitman Hart all day.
Yeah.
If I need a finish, if I need somebody, if I need a Pat Patterson, give me Bret Hart. Yeah. Bret Hart knows his match. Bret Hart can map a match out insane. Like Bret, man. A lot of people say Bret Hart just boring, and Bret Hart was the best of me, man. Man, Bret Hart and Jim the Hammer Neidhart, the Hart Foundation. I loved them. This is my favorite tag team, the Pink and Black Attack. I loved it.
Yeah,
loved it.
RIP to Owen though.
Yeah, man, and Anvil.
Yeah.
Philly G said, Mark, we are so close to getting Crimson versus Antonio Baker.
He don't want that.
That's a Powerhouse Hobbs 2.0.
He don't want that.
Like Powerhouse Hobbs.
That's my
David
dude,
Dodd.
man.
Mr. Dodd is back. What's Mr. Dodd say? He said there is no one in the roster who is good as Stone Cold, Taker, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, The Rock, Bret Hart, Ric Flair, Mick Foley, etc. We need a superstar like that, like them today.
Can you leave that up real quick?
Huh?
Can you leave his quote up real quick?
Yeah.
I would say personally, in regards to the Shawn Michaels aspect of it, from an in-ring like moveset perspective, I think you can say that you have a comp in Seth Rollins. And the fact that Seth Rollins has like the charisma, the entertain, like the entrance, the presentation, but especially between the ropes.
Yeah.
Stone Cold, I don't know if you're ever gonna be able to recreate that. You know what I mean? The Rock, you have a second, in my opinion, you have the second coming of The Rock in Montez Ford. Montez Ford, when he gets that singles push, that electricity that he's gonna bring is gonna be very reminiscent of The Rock. I put money on that.
I agree with you, bro. Austin Theory too. Austin Theory.
And then I think with Bret Hart, even though they don't push him like the superstar that he is, I really think Chad Gable could be another version of Bret
Holy
Hart for
shit!
you.
You took it right out of my mouth. I was just about to say Chad Gable, yo. Chad Gable is great. He's
the
a
way
good
that
heel.
man can snap them hips when he's doing them suplexes and stuff.
Shoes. Thank you.
Shoes, please.
Shoes, please. I love that joint, yo. I love Chad Gable. Chad Gable is nice. Wow.
I think
wow.
You ain't gonna never get another Undertaker. I don't care how hard we try.
No.
That's just never gonna happen.
No.
I don't think we ever gonna get another Mick Foley because on one hand, I don't think anybody's ever gonna be able to put their body through the things that Foley did. And I don't think any wrestling company except maybe Tony Khan and AEW is gonna let a wrestler put their body through the things that Mick Foley put himself through. So that's another one. But
yeah. And wrestling is getting more safer now. They don't even blood no more.
Unless you're John Moxley.
Oh God.
Yeah, no more chair shots to the head, all that stuff.
Yeah. Hey, but David Dodd has a great point, man. He has a great point. We definitely need a star. That's why Roman Reigns still is the champ, because we just don't have that star. Like, and Randy Orton is about the only one I would say, or AJ Styles. I mean,
but those guys are towards the end of their career.
But AJ Styles still can go.
Oh yeah,
AJ Styles is phenomenal.
That's another one you can compare to Shawn Michaels too.
Yes. Oh God, yeah. Hell yeah. AB said he wants something anytime. Bring back Tucker and give us heavy machinery. I will agree with that, but right now, I definitely agree with you, Philly G. That would be great. Or just put him in the Alpha Academy. Bring Tucker and put him in the Alpha Academy. And that way, because Triple H is doing trios, as you can see. So that'll be a hell of a trio right there. And Chad Gable, by him being so small, he could surround himself by big guys and have two bodyguards. Yeah. Sheesh. Thank you. Taker is God. He is. He is, man. He is, man. Undertaker is great. If you go back, man, and look at his Hall of Fame speech, the whole 15, 20 minutes was just awesome. I felt it. It almost gave me. Yeah, it was, man. It really. He was doing like a men's conference, because he really talked about his career, but he also was influencing, like a Tony Robbins type dude. He was really in. That was really great. But let me tell you what got me. They got a tear, man. When he put that coat and that hat on.
Never say never.
Holy although you can see it.
Goosebumps.
Holy smoke. When he said that, and when he walked up that ramp, and you know how when he walk up the ramp and show his back, then he turn around and that thunder.
Did the fist, yeah.
Boy, I'm trying to tell you, boy. Woo-wee. Darby Allin is one mark. Can't stand him.
I could actually, you know what? Now that he brings that up, I can actually see that. Like, it's like the Mick Foley comp. I can see that. But then David again, Darby's more. I don't know why, but Darby Allin just gives me like Mikey Whipwreck, Spike Dudley vibes. Maybe it's just his stature. I don't know.
Crash.
Roman Reigns sucked.
Yeah, you said Roman Reigns sucked.
What you don't like about him, David?
Now, I don't say he sucked. His promo, Roman Reigns just came 1,000 trillion eons away from what he used to be. His moves, exactly. That sucked. But his moveset is garbage. He need to get a little bit more better with his moves. And only thing I don't like about Roman Reigns is, okay, you're the undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion. You shouldn't be getting the Usos in every single one of your matches. They shouldn't be getting into it. You need to win clean, no interference. It don't need to be no Solo Sikoa. It don't need to be no Sami Zayn. He needs to win clean, because he's a dominant champ. He's booked as a dominant champ. So he needs to get a couple. I know he's a heel, but he need to get some clean ones too.
But Triple H was like that too in the early 2000s. He had
I know. That's very true. But Triple H got some clean ones too. He got a lot of clean ones. Booker T. That was garbage. Yeah, that shit pissed me off.
Oh my God! 13 seconds.
Word. That pissed me off, man. What you think next year, Mr. McMahon, Hall of Fame?
I doubt it.
Vince in the Hall of Fame? Vince is never going to Hall of Fame.
It's got to happen inevitably. Just because of his contributions to wrestling. But I think some of the heat got to die off of his like investigation and stuff, because this, some of that PR heat got to die off real quick.
Yeah. Vince, I don't think Vince is going to go in his own Hall of Fame. He's just that modest. I don't think so. But who you think, David Dye? Who you think would be going to the Hall of Fame in 2023? Who you think?
Yeah, that's a good question.
It's a great question.
Really good question.
And the list goes on with that.
Facts.
He said, "I hate Roman."
Yeah, we know why you hate Roman.
Yeah.
What you got against Solo?
Damn, you don't like Solo? Man. Solo's a beast, yo. I like his theme too. Brum, 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 brum. I like that.
They actually are getting better with the themes now. Like they went that dry patch where they were trash, but they getting a little bit better with it.
Yeah, I like his theme is hot. It's him. It's kind of like a Samoa Joe. Like he's coming to the ring.
I tell you who need to be in the Hall of Fame. Freaking Jim Johnston.
Oh, absolutely.
Need to go and put that man in the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, man. He should headline it. He should headline it. That'll be great.
Oh yeah.
David Dye said if Roman was back in the Attitude Era, he would be a mid-card. The only reason he's great is because of the best manager, Paul Heyman. Let's speak on Paul Heyman while we got a few minutes here. And I agree with you, David, because Roman is good on the mic.
Now,
exactly. But Paul Heyman got him there. He went to promo school with Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman. Oh, go ahead, Mark, because I'm gonna go to Paul Heyman. Go ahead.
I've only seen Paul Heyman not be able to make somebody twice in my whole life.
Cesaro.
And that's saying something. Cesaro and
Paul McGillicuddy.
Yeah, Michael McGillicuddy.
Trash.
Those are the only two people I've not been able to. I can say
Curtis
Paul
Axel,
Heyman guys,
aka Curtis Axel.
Right.
Yeah, garbage.
So hey, David, I'll take it a step further. Can you imagine, right? Like, babyface Roman Reigns, like when he just got out of the Shield and all that stuff. Can you imagine that Roman Reigns in prime ECW arena? Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh boy, that'd be sight.
Though I like Solo, I was saying, and when you were talking about Roman needing help. Oh, okay.
I got you.
No Cena put his in his place in that bomb ass promo. John Cena is great on the promo. John Cena is a great promo. When he chopped him up. Yeah, he chopped him up real good. John Cena is great. ECW. There you go, Philly G. There you go, Philly G.
He don't rock with ECW. He like you. He don't rock with ECW.
Oh, Philly G don't like ECW?
Not like
it's
that.
It's right there in the heart. I feel you though.
I'm like ECW, the only ECW fan.
Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like all that. I can't do it, bro.
If a promotion ends in W, you don't rock with it. You don't
I just don't do it.
You don't like ECW. Like...
No, I just don't do all the backyard barbed wire bullshit. I ain't with all that. That's crazy. Yeah, Mark tripping, bro. Yeah, Mark got issues.
How am I tripping?
How he like that? He like see cats bleed. I'm good, bro.
I ain't say all that. Now.
I don't see no burning tables. I don't see none of that. That's crazy. Oh, he said he love ECW.
See, I was just joking. I say he don't like ECW because he doesn't like Rob.
Sabu was saying, man.
So he don't like RVD. If you don't like RVD, I can't call you ECW fan.
Okay. David Dye likes it.
Right. That's my man. Hey, Dave, we gotta get you to come back around more often, dog. We here Tuesdays and Saturdays, man.
I'll tell man. Tell him again, Mark. Tell him again. You don't think you got it. Tell him again, Mark.
We're live every Tuesday and Saturday. Saturdays at 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Come hang out with us, dog.
Yeah, man. We got
Come join the
football
live
too, man.
dogs.
Exactly. Be a live dog, David, dog. Be a live dog, baby. Hey, if you got football, if you got a football team, hey, man, we on Saturdays, 1 p.m. 1 p.m., man. Real briefly, I know we on the hour stint, but I want to talk about Paul Heyman just a second, man. Paul Heyman is phenomenal. He is the greatest. Well, no, I say he's the. All right, here's my top 3 managers. Bobby the Brain, number 1, hands down, no question. And I'm gonna say second would be Jim Cornette. And third, I'm gonna say no. I put Heyman second. I put Heyman second because Heyman is just great. And then Jim Cornette. And then fourth, if I had a fourth, I would probably say Jimmy Hart. Jimmy Hart was great. So that's
my number one would be controversial. People won't like me. If I had to pick a manager, is like the GOAT. I'm not trying to be lost in the present. I would honestly put Zelina Vega like number 2 and put Paul number 1. Zelina Vega and Andrade.
Selena Vega?
Yes.
I guess. Oh man, she's beautiful. Gosh, she's beautiful, man. God, man. I don't black mass, but
right.
But man, boy, did he ever pick a good one? She is gorgeous. He said, "Good God Almighty, as God is my witness, he's broken in half." Said by the great Jim Ross. Very true, man. Paul Bearer, R.I.P. Man. Paul Bearer was great. He was phenomenal. Percy Pringle. He was awesome. He was.
Oh yeah.
Man. He was definitely help. He helped shape the Undertaker. If it wasn't, I mean, I ain't gonna say, if it wasn't for the Undertaker, but definitely.
I think you could low key say that because with the way that his character was originally, you needed somebody to speak for him and to kind of make him believable, and that was definitely what Paul Bearer did. So you're not far off if you say like without Paul Bearer you wouldn't have had Undertaker. It's not a far-fetched statement.
Smiley said Jimmy Hart. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
To the South.
Yes, sir, baby. Jimmy Hart, he was a little and Gorilla Monsoon used to call him, "You little runt." He used to call him a little runt all the time. That's when I like Jimmy Hart when he was with the Nasty Boys. And then he had the Natural Disasters. And then they was like, "Jimmy, I need a title shot." And then the Natural Disasters was like, "Jimmy, when are we gonna get our title shot?" And then he was like, "Both of you get a title shot. Both of you gonna get a title shot." And then when he was a manager of the Mountie, in the jailhouse match when he went against SummerSlam 91, when he went against Big Boss Man, he's like, "Somebody call my lawyer! Somebody call my lawyer! Somebody better not lay a hand on the Mountie. There's only one law and order in the World Wrestling Federation, and that's the Mountie. They better not put a hand on him." I love that, man. Jimmy Hart, man.
easy to hate him.
I'll tell you, man. David Dodd, man, real quick, he said the best storyline ever was Kane coming into the WWF. Very, very true, bro. Very, very
greatest
true.
Debut in wrestling history.
Oh man, Kane, he scared me. Scared the shit out of me. Yeah, he was great. He ripped that cage off. Mastermind of Jim Cornette. That was good. That's how you do story, and that's what we need in WWE now. And I believe little by little, probably after Mania 39, Triple H is going to begin to start bringing some storylines back because we need that, man. That's what kept us as fans in story, in the storylines.
So you tuned in every week.
Yeah. Fly ass heart suit. That's facts. Yeah, them jackets. Kane slam Taker's mom coffin. I remember. Holy smoke. Good memories, man. Bad Blood. 97.
Yeah.
Holy
First
smoke.
ever Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, man. Good shit.
I was 6 months old.
Yeah, man. Damn. Hey, man, we talk wrestling today, man. We talk wrestling. Something that's my childhood, man. I can go on and on and on with it, man. Professional wrestling is, a lot of people say professional wrestling, it's fake. The storylines is fake, but it's entertainment. But the rules are real. They are very, very real, man. and I'm a big fan of professional wrestling. I'm always going to be. I've been watching wrestling for 30 years. I think I started watching wrestling like 87, and it's been going off ever since, man. I love it. Always gonna love it. Professional wrestling, man, for what it is. That's our show, man. That's our show for today, man. As always, we want to thank you guys for watching Talk to 'em Wrestling. Please remember to hit that thumbs up. That thumbs up will tell YouTube that the Real to Sports podcast put on some good shit. They do. Oh man, hey, thanks for the love, David.
Appreciate it, David.
Thank you, man.
Hey, come through, man.
Hey, man, come through, man.
You know where we stay at, man. Come through.
You got a good wrestling mind too, man. I like that, man. Hey, turn on that bell for notification to let you know when the next Talk to 'em Wrestling episode will show up, man. I like David Don, man. David Don, David Don about to be my boy, man. he got some good wrestling moments there. That's what's up, man. And we're gonna get out of here, man. I'm gonna turn it over to the VP, see what he got before we get on out of here, man. VP, you got something for him?
Hey, appreciate y'all for coming through. Shout out David. Shout out Philly G. Check out Pro Championship Wrestling LLC on YouTube. They just dropped part 2 of the Graveyard Shift pay-per-view. Some really great stuff. Go check them out.
Yeah, man. No doubt, baby. Graveyard. Philly G, man. Y'all show Philly G some love over there. The man is working hard, man. He hard, man. He be hitting me up 10 o'clock at night while I'm asleep.
Hey,
that's
man,
all right, though. I got
grown folk gotta go to bed, bro.
Yeah. I got love, bro. I know he trying to get something going, man. But y'all check out Philly G, WWE 2K22 on YouTube, man. And it's called PCW, Pro Championship Wrestling. CEO. He is the CEO over here, man. Oh, hell yeah, David Don. Oh, man. We had a good time, man. It's a good show. A good show today, man. We thank you guys for watching the show. Check us out Saturday. We coming at you Saturday, man. This Saturday we have somebody back in here again. Wait a minute. Oh, in the UK. Holy smoke. It's 2 a.m. in the UK and you watching the Real Sports Podcast. Brother.
We appreciate you.
Thank you so much, man. Holy smoke, the UK.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, that's big, man. You understand? That makes my heart flutter, man, that we got somebody over in the UK in another country watching us. That is great. That is great, man. Brother. 2 a.m. It's 2 a.m. and you watching the Real Sports Podcast. Thank you, man. Hey, man, and tell them all over there, man, in the UK. Yeah, tell them in the UK, man. Tell them about us, man. Oh, you part of the show now, bro. So don't go nowhere. You part of the show, David. You part of the show, man. But yeah, man, check us out Saturday. Saturday at 1 p.m. Man. The Real to Sports Talk Show. We got football. We got football talk and discussions, and we got the predictions. And hopefully we'll have a special guest come on from the Rick the T podcast coming through to talk some football with us. So again, come check us out Saturday at 1 p.m. only on YouTube, man. For myself and Young Mark, man, until next time, gang, and we are